Hey guys, good morning. It's Friday the 10th. It's my favorite day. You know, this is how I kick off my weekend with a good scotch or a wine or hang out with a bunch of friends and enjoy life. But I want to introduce the rock star. If you guys don't know who she is the co-founder of the Montford Group and the COO. Also the broker in charge for the real estate, Jessica Reed. And the most smartest man, as I always say. This guy is fucking amazing. He's good at what he does. And I want to introduce you to the president of accounting, Montford Accounting, Nick Shah. Nick, what's going on, Nick?
Oh, it's amazing. We just came in, and it's amazing to be here back in Charleston, and just love it. Charleston is the city to be in.
Absolutely.
It sure is. That's our home. We take pride in being here and working here as well. We're fortunate to be working here.
Well, we should say something about our setup today. We're not in the our restaurant space, but we're on South Battery, downtown Charleston Historic District. So we're glad to be here today. You don't hear any development, any banging going on. So,
correct.
This is a good setup.
It is a good setup. This is my home, and I am very blessed to be living here and calling this place as my home. So if you guys happen to pass by, wave, come by for a drink, you're more than welcome. But yeah, it is a good setup. This is my favorite place of the house, the fireplace. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
It is. Love it.
So, Nick, we are here because obviously people who are following Montford, our friends and family, they want to know what Montford Accounting is, right? It's so confusing. If I didn't know Montford, it's very confusing to me because Montford they call themselves branding, accounting, real estate, restaurants, like hospitality. So design, I mean, we pretty much do it all. And that's why we say we're the only full service consulting and developing company in Southeast, right? And we take pride in it because of our team, because of people like you and Jessica and many more who's not here. So tell our friends, what is Montford Accounting?
So Montford Accounting obviously is a full-service accounting firm that offers all kinds of services for all the way from forming a company all the way to estate planning and retirement planning. So if you own a business, whether it be a small business or with just yourself as a sole proprietor, or you're a large corporation with thousands of employees, whether it's a small sole proprietorship or a big C corporation, we offer every single thing that you need for your business. So if you have a business idea even, and you come to us and you're like, okay, I've got a business idea, but that's all I know nothing else. Where do I begin?
Right.
So we offer services from the kind of entity that you need to establish based on the business.
For tax purposes.
Exactly. So based on the business that you have, the kind of entity to establish, what kind of licenses do you need? I mean, we go hands-on, we go a mile further. A lot of the accounting firms are like, okay, you know what? Go to your attorney, figure out yourself, and then come to us, and then we'll
do the bookkeeping and tax returns for you.
But not us. We're a one-stop shop for everything that a small business or a large corporation needs. We provide everything, like I said, from bookkeeping, payroll, business consulting. We even write business plans for them if they need. Obviously, and then our branding and the other arms of Montford can basically take care of a lot of other needs outside of accounting. But so bookkeeping, payroll, tax return, year-end planning. So basically, we focus on savings for the clients. At the end of the day, be it from doing analysis of their income statement on where all the money is flowing, where do they need to look out for, what all they need to do, like ratio analysis, So basically all the way from knowing their business. I mean, a lot of the times, we know their business more than they do because we're just so hands-on. We're telling them, look, your cost of goods, if they're in a retail business, providing, selling products, then we tell them, look, your product, your cost of goods sold based on industry standards, is higher by 2%, so then we tell them where can they do cost savings. So we're very different because of our hands-on approach. And obviously Montford, we're a lifestyle brand, and that's basically what we believe in. Anybody can just come up to us and they're like, what, whether they are, in California, whether they're in New York, we've got clients in 13 different states, and, different types of industries also, whether they are, whether they are a consulting company, whether they're an IT firm, manufacturing, retail, hospitality, doctors, lawyers, engineers, so anybody professional, restaurants, and then obviously, hotels. So anything, any industry, big, small, any state. I mean, we focus on all of that. And then another reason why we're different is because of the whole, ethics. Because, we know ethics in 13 different states because we've got clients in 13 different states. So it's really important for clients from a privacy and confidentiality perspective that, hey, the records and, very professional. So the records obviously are safe. And I mean, we take pride in what we offer.
Great. Well, we also want to acknowledge all our friends who have joined and who are joining. We appreciate you guys. As Nick said, we are a full service accounting firm. We do it all, right? And while you guys are joining, please ask questions related to accounting, because a lot of times it's easy to talk. It's easy to say we are a full service firm. Ask us questions just so that we can gain your trust, saying, yeah, we do know what we're talking about, right? We're just not here on Facebook Live saying we could have easily recorded this and uploaded the video. We don't want to do that, right? So please ask us questions. If you have any questions related to tax, we'll be glad, or Nick will be glad to answer it. Of course, not me.
I have a question. So as a real estate agent, not as an owner or broker in charge or anything like that, I remember when I started out becoming an agent, independent contractor with the company that I was working with, what are some of the tax benefits, as a 1099 that somebody's, possibly not taking advantage of, the miles in the car, things like that. But as a real estate agent, what could they look out as a good tax benefit for them? I
think this is a great question because when people start out, real estate as real estate agents, the very first mistake that everybody makes is they think about themselves as a sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship doesn't cost anything to establish. You can just start a company. There's no formal requirement with the state to register. Right. So it doesn't cost $100 or $300 typically. Ranging from $100 to $300 for creating a company. So the very first mistake that people make, hey, I don't want to spend the $300-400 on creating a company, so I'm just going to do a sole proprietorship and just start out. I think that is the first mistake. The reason I say it's a mistake is because when you're a real estate agent, and then if you're good at what you're doing, you make you do a few sales and commissions kick in, and now you're like at $50, $60, $70, $80, $100,000 worth of commissions. All of that is subject to self-employment tax. Right. So you pay Social Security and Medicare tax plus income tax on that. When you create a company, you're basically just your profits are subject to income tax. Your profits are not subject to self-employment tax. You draw reasonable compensation, right? And then you're shielding all of your net profit basically from paying self-employment taxes. So by incorporating into an S corporation, you basically shield your profits from paying self-employment taxes. If you take reasonable compensation. So now, with respect to expenses, pretty much every single thing that you can think about that is spent on the performance of the service of real estate sale is tax deductible. Right. Whether it's meals, mileage, cell phone, you obviously telephone, you make calls,
Marketing,
marketing.
website.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, anything. That is one thing you want to do is you want to start out right. You don't want to go in and spend money on your personal card, pay it out of your debit card or checking account. You don't want to do that. When the first step is when you become a real estate agent. The very first step is, okay, where do I begin? Call us. We'll set you up with the right entity structure,
Right.
so that you don't end up paying almost 40% or more than half if you're in a state that Texas, like South Carolina, that Texas that has state income tax. You don't want to do that. So you want to start out right. I think that is the most important thing.
That's great.
That's good. Yeah, I definitely didn't do any of that when I started real
Well,
estate,
most of the people don't know, right?
Yeah, you don't know.
They're just excited. They're starting a business not knowing that every dollar earned, they have to pay back to the government. That's why we enjoy the roads that we do, the security that we do, right? The freedom of speech. Everything comes at a cost, and people don't take taxes that seriously. I get it. One of the things, my experience, accounting is such a thing where once you're with someone, it's hard to make that switch. It's very hard, right? Because you gain that trust. You're like, my accountant is great, but you don't know if he or she is great until you use or try someone else, right? Or at least talk to someone else. And some of the mistakes, obviously, I have made is I've always relied on someone, a friend or a family saying he or she is the best. And I'm like, yeah, fine. You know what? I don't want to waste my time at accounting. But they don't realize it. I have realized now I've saved thousands of dollars as you do my accounting, as you know. That if you go with the right person, then it helps you. Even though that 30 minutes is gonna probably save you thousands of dollars, right?
Yes.
So what would you say to our friends? If you own a business, if you're an individual, and you've been with an accounting firm for 10 years, 5 years, 4 years, there's a sense of security, there's a sense of privacy, which is probably the most important part of accounting. I do not want people to know my income or how much I pay in taxes. None of that, right? It's private. It's my life. What would you say to our friends that, when it comes to privacy and trying a different firm or at least giving Montford a try? Why should they even take that step?
So I get this all the time. This is a great question because, it's as a human nature, we all want that. I think the very first step, we've acquired several clients over the last, a few years, and the majority of the reason is you don't have to make the switch right away. Give us an opportunity to talk to you and, make you comfortable. The very first step is realizing whether what you're paying as taxes is if there is any opportunity for you to save.
Right.
A lot of the times when we've taken over accounts, the clients are like, I wish that I had come to you much sooner. Because once they come to us, and that's when they realize, we've gone that extra mile, which their accountants never did, because they've been so comfortable. Their accountants have been there for 10, 15, 20 years. They have been using the same entity structure. Everything has been just so monotonous, which accounting is not. Accounting is it is so broad. It's so vast that one small thing can help you save so much. But if you've had your accountant doing your taxes for several years, it's just there is so much new out there that
Right.
people are not aware of. People are not trying to focus on. So as far as privacy, like I said, we have ethics in 13 different states. As a CPA, it is a professional responsibility of a client's privacy. Confidentiality is the number one thing for a professional like a CPA. I mean, my privacy is equally important to me, just like everybody else is. So understanding the privacy is the number one thing. And like I said, the second thing is before making the switch, just come talk to us. See if we make you comfortable.
Right.
See if we give you some pointers that you never had thought of, or your CPA never brought it up, because they've just been involved in doing the same thing over and over again. That they're on one track, they don't think about another track. That's there's nothing that we do inside the box. It's always outside the box.
That's great.
That's good.
It is really, really good answer. And if I were you guys, I would at least try Montford Accounting once, or talk to this guy. Doesn't cost you anything, I promise you. But talk to him. And as he said, if he can't save you money, then tell your 10 friends that Montford Accounting is a piece of shit, right? If he does not satisfy, if you don't get the response, right? If you don't get the response that you're looking for, tell 10 friends. If you get the response you're looking for and you're like, wow, Montford Accounting is great, don't tell anybody. It's okay. We want you as a business owner, as an individual, as a professional, as a family man, or a boss lady like her, to save money, right? To have the right structure so you can focus on what you do for a living, right? Saving taxes is not your job. It's not my job. Let's leave it up to the professionals. And this guy, I am not kidding, guys. This guy is insanely smart and good at what he does. And he doesn't drink. He doesn't party. This guy is, he's boring in that sense for me, right? Because he goes to bed at 9 o'clock, wakes up early, or whatever the nonsense he does.
I do too.
Yeah, maybe you guys are just old. Anyhow, I don't. I keep the
Keep it real.
I keep the doors open, lights burning, and whatnot.
You can call me at 9 a.m. and wake me up.
Yes.
And ask the next question, and I will be awake for the rest
All
of the
right, guys. If you guys have, I see a lot of our family and friends have joined in. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Means a lot. If you have any questions, we're gonna hang on for about a minute. If not, we're gonna call it a day. Great going. All the very best. Thank you, Uncle. That's my uncle.
I know.
Hey. So, yes. But Jess, do you want to end it?
Can I ask another question?
Sure.
I wanted to talk, because I know you're in the restaurant industry as well too.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask, from that component too, is there anything in terms of a restaurant owner, maybe it's a franchisee, they own multiple stores or even multiple concepts, are there any advantages, with having multiple, sites, with some tax advantages with that too?
Yes. So,
Or how about this? How about if you're buying an existing property or lease? So you're buying the FF&E and taking over the lease. What are the tax advantages of that money that you're putting down to buy the FF&E to go towards the new business or something along those lines?
So
I'm sorry to interrupt. I want to acknowledge the fact Roy, our good friend, said something I can't read. Fireside chat. Yes, Roy.
Chat.
The only thing that's missing is scotch. Well, tonight, I'll see you tonight, and we'll make sure to toast by the fireside.
Yeah, we should do the fire.
Sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
So this question is very close to my heart. The reason is, when you start your first restaurant,
right,
and it's a success, and you've accumulated some cash, and you're thinking about what's next.
right.
I always tell this to my client: look, acquisition or in new construction within your line of business is the way to go to grow, because there are so many tax benefits that are on offer when you basically use the money that you've earned, reinvest into the same line of business or anything else.
Right.
But as far as starting a second, acquiring another restaurant or building another restaurant, there are so many tax benefits you get. A lot of the bonus depreciation you're able to take Section 179, which means any FF&E that you acquire, you can write that off 100% in the year you acquire if you have income to write off.
Okay.
So Section 179 is you can write it off if there's income to write off. Bonus depreciation, you can create loss by taking bonus depreciation. So, this is your question applies to restaurant, but it's any business, that's the way to go. You've created some income. Don't let it just be a taxable income. Pay tax on it. Think about growth. If you think about growth, then reinvest that money, another acquisition, or a construction of another restaurant, or anything else. If it's a hotel, then another hotel. But that's the way to go, because you don't want to. If you're in a state like South Carolina, and then you make $400,000, $500,000, more than half of it goes away. There's no reason to reinvest.
Does that go with the business or the actual real estate as well too? That's just the business.
Business as well as real estate. If you acquire a piece of real estate.
Okay.
If it's a leased property, then just the business assets that that the company owns or buys.
Okay, good.
Great. Well, there you go, guys.
There's one question.
Scroll
down.
There is a question?
Yes, if you scroll down.
Oh, I didn't realize all this. Ishita said,
I'm a business owner in Atlanta. How can Montford County be different than any other local firm that will take care of my privacy concerns?
Oh, okay.
We answered that, but sure, go ahead and address
Yes, hi Ishita. Looks like you just joined in, but it's like I said, privacy, state of Georgia. So we've got clients in state of Georgia. We do ethics in state of Georgia. So privacy is not a concern. But as far as us being different is concerned, give us a call and speak to us about the specifics of the business. But any business, once we know the type of business, the way we are different is by just offering the hands-on approach. So give us a call. We're different because we offer services all the way from creating the company all the way to retirement planning and estate planning. So yeah, Ishita, feel free to give us a call and be happy to discuss.
Good.
There you go, guys. From our Montford accounting president, Nick Shah, the boss lady, COO, Jessica Reed, and our website again is montfordgroup.com. Go on it, call us, all the contacts are on it, and go work your ass off so you can make ass load of money. Call us how we can save that money for you and live a good life, right? Go enjoy your life, be a good citizen, and work your fucking ass off. Cheers, guys. We're signing off again, the Montford Group.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.